So in this class we are going to discuss some problems related to the Boolean algebra. Okay, so already we discussed how to solve a Boolean expression by using Boolean theorems and Boolean laws. Already we know, right? So in that Boolean algebra will have the two functions, that is sum of minterms and product of maxterms. That means we'll have the two concept, that is canonical form and standard forms. So in that canonical form and standard forms we'll have the two topics, that is basic topic sum of minterms and product of maxterms. Okay, so if any expression you are having in SOP form, okay, so that is in nothing but sum of product, or if you are having any expression Boolean function, it is in the form of product of sum. So that means if you are having two expressions that can be converted into the sum of minterms and product of max terms, means first we need to follow the sum rules to simplify the sum of minterms and product of max terms. Okay, so now we'll see that here the problem is express the following functions in sum of minterms and product of max terms. Okay, so here we'll have the two expressions, that is f is equals to, that means a function of a b c d of four variables is equals to b complement d plus a complement d plus bd. Okay, so this is related to the just check it, is it SOP form or POS form? That is nothing but sum of product or product of sum. Okay, so this is nothing but completely, the first function is nothing but sum of product. That means we can say that this is SOP form. Okay, so just in the second function, just observe the thing, is it POS or SOP? So function of xyz is equals to xy plus z into xz plus y. So this is nothing but product of sum. Okay, so that means the second expression will be in the form of POS. Okay, so now what are the rules we are having to simplify, what are the rules to follow for simplifying any expression, means in sum of minterms, means now we'll see that first what are the rules we are having for the sum of minterms. Okay, so sum of minterms is nothing but, the first thing is, what is the rule for the sum of minterm, means whatever we are having the expression, that should be in the form of SOP, not POS. Okay, whatever we are taking the expression or whatever you are having the Boolean expression, that should be in the form of SOP. That is the first rule. Okay, that means for example if you are taking any expression in these two, that expression must and should in the form of sum of product equation. But suppose they are given directly POS equation, so to simplify this to simplify the Boolean expression in sum of minterms, they are asking for this expression. So what we have to do means, for this we have to first simplify the complement. Okay, already we know, right? Complement of SOP is equals to POS and complement of POS is equals to SOP, right? So they given directly POS equation. For simplifying the sum of minterms, directly you can take it as that function of complement. Okay, so first you have to apply this equation, you have to apply the complement for this equation. After simplifying the complement, you will get one equation. That equation must and should in the form of SOP after converting complement. Okay, so that is the first rule. And what is the second rule, means each term is then is the equation is inspected to see if it contains all the variables or not. First check it, what are the variables, how many variables we are having for this function, first check it. So just take I will take it as this example I can consider here. So f of a b c d, that means this function consists of actually four variables, but here each and every term must and should contain the four variables or not, first check it. Okay, so what is the second rule, means each term must and should contain all variables. Okay, so term is nothing but, this is a one term and second term and this is the third term. Okay, so each term must and should contain the all the variables. Just check it here. This is the b complement d and this is a complement d and this is consist of bd. That means each term consists of only two variables. What are the remaining two variables? Here in the first term we'll have the we don't have ac, right? So here only bd is possible. So and a is not there and c is not there for this first term, and second term b c is not there, and the third term a and c is not there. That means if any missing term, if it misses one or more variables, okay, so if it misses one or more variables, it is the ANDed with an expression such as a plus a complement, like this. If any term is missing here, okay, if any variable, sorry, not term, if any variable is missing in any term, okay, so you can apply it ANDed with that, this expression is ANDed with that term, okay, you can multiply it with this expression into the term. That is a third point. Okay, so this is the sum of minterms rules. So what are the sum of minterms rules? Means compulsory whatever we are having the Boolean expression, that should be in the form of SOP equation, SOP form. Okay, that means sum of product, must and should. So if it may be POS equation, directly if you are having POS, you can apply the complement further, directly it will be converted to the SOP. Okay, so what is the second rule? Means compulsory each term should must and should contain the all the variables. How many variables you have, just check it first. It previously which function, that function consists of 4 variables or 3 variables, first check it. So if it contains 3 variables, for each term must and should that contains the 3 variables. Okay, so you have to check it, each term must and should contain the all the variables. That is the second rule. And what is the third rule? Means if any term is missing, if any variable is missing for any term, so directly you can product, that means you can multiply it with this expression to that missing term. Okay, so that means here we can miss that a and c, right? So you can multiply with a plus a complement into c plus c complement for this term. Okay, that means you can multiply it with this expression into that term. Okay, so now we'll see that first problem. By using this, by following this rule, we can simplify that sum of minterm equation. So directly we can say that here, express the following functions in sum of minterms and product of max term. Means first check it whether it is SOP or POS. So SOP is nothing but this is applicable for sum of minterm, and POS is nothing but that is applicable for product of max term. So that means the first problem is related to the sum of minterm. Okay, so and the second problem is related to the product of max terms. So for suppose if you want to simplify this first expression into product of max term, if you want to simplify this expression into product of max term, means first you can apply for this complement. Okay, so then it will be converted to the like this product of some simplification. Okay, so after that you can directly convert it to the sum of minterm. Okay, so just we have to follow the first function. We need to solve this first expression, that is f of function of a b c d is equals to b complement d plus a complement d plus bd. Okay, so now simplify this part. So here which terms are missing, which variables are missing here? Actually we'll have the 4 variables, in that a and c is missed, right? So I can go with this product term, that means ANDed term. So that is a is missed, no? So directly I can take with a into a plus a complement, next b complement, and c is missed. So again I will take here c plus c complement into d, plus here also b and c missing. So directly a complement and b plus b complement and c plus c complement d, plus here a missed. So a plus a complement and b into c plus c complement into d. Okay, so here ac missed, that's why I can take it as I can take a plus a complement and c plus c complement. Now simplify this part. So first we have to simplify this a plus a complement into, so first we have to solve these 3. So b complement cd plus now we will simplify the first these 2 parts. Okay, so b complement d into, I have to simplify these 2 steps first. So ac plus ac complement plus a complement c plus a complement c complement. Okay, so like this way we can solve here also. ad a complement d into bc plus bc complement plus b complement c complement, bc complement and b complement c plus b complement c complement. So now the third term, that is nothing but bd as common here. So next ac plus ac complement plus a complement c plus a complement c complement. Okay, so now simplify this part. So here f of a, b, c, d is equals to, so now multiply each and every term, a b complement c d plus a b complement c complement d. So for the third term, a complement b complement c d plus a complement b complement c complement d. Next, for the second term, so a complement b c d plus a complement b c complement d plus, and we'll go for the third term, so a complement b complement c d plus a complement b complement c complement d plus for the third term, so a b c d plus a b c complement d plus a complement b c d plus a complement b c complement d. Okay, so any matching terms are there, just check it. Any repeated terms will be there in that, just check it. So a b complement c d, a b complement c d, just check it here. Any repeated terms will be there, so the first term is not repeated, directly we'll take it, a b complement c d plus for the second term we'll have to check it, so a b complement c complement d, a b complement c complement d, b complement c complement d, so it is also not repeated, so directly we'll take it. Next, a complement b complement c d, a complement b complement c d here. Okay, so a complement b complement c d, this one, and here also, and so not there. So a plus a is nothing but we'll take it as single a, right? So a complement b complement c d plus the next one, a complement b complement c complement d. So now check it, a complement b complement c complement d, so here and here. Okay, so we'll take it as single term c d plus a complement b c d, a complement b c d here and here. Okay, so for this we'll have single term c d plus next a complement b c complement d, a complement b c complement d, so here and here, so both will be same. Now we'll take it as single term c complement d. So here one more term is there, so this one is repeated and this one is repeated, and here we'll have the single term, that is a b c d plus a b, here also one term will have, that is single term c complement d. So now final function f of a comma b comma c comma d is equals to, so now after converting this after simplified this expression, now we'll convert or will decode into binary information. Okay, this expression will be decoded into binary information. How to convert that binary information means, so already we know this is in SOP form, right? So SOP form is nothing but here the 0 will be taken as complement term and 1 will be taken as normal form, right? So depends on that we'll decode these values. Okay, so 0 will be complement now. So here the first value becomes 1 0 1 1. So 0 complement, that means complement will be 0 and normal will be 1. Okay, so like this all will be decoded. So 1 0 0 1. Next this one 0 0 1 1. Next 1 1, sorry, 0 0 and 0 1. Next 0 1 1 1. Next 0 1 0 1. Next all ones. Next this one plus ABC complement. This is not a binary value actually, this is complement. So 1 1 0 1. So now simplify all the values into decimal numbers. Okay, so already we are converted into binary numbers, right? Now this binary numbers converted into the decimal numbers. So how to write the decimal numbers for 4 variables, already we know, right? 0 1 2 3 4 5. So up to decimal numbers we'll write in for 4 variables. Totally we are getting the 16 possibilities, right? So 7 8 9 10 11 12. So now write it 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 double 0, 0 1 0 1, 0 1 1 0, 0 triple 1, and next for 8 1 triple 0, for 9 1 double 0 1, for 10 1 0 1 0, for 11 1 0 double 1, for 12 1 1 0 0, for 13 so after 1 1 0 1 1 0 1, for 14 1 1 0 triple 1 0, for 15 all ones. Okay, so now based on this decimal numbers we'll write it these values. Okay, so first one 1 0 double 1, 1 0 double 1 here, that is nothing but related to 11. Next, so 1 double 0 1, 1 double 0 1, where it is here, that is nothing but 9. Next, 0 0 1 1. Okay, so how to write it these values means in terms of, this is min terms, no? So you will write like this, M11. So and next sum of product is nothing but that is min terms. So min terms, how to write it, that symbol is small m. So M9 plus this value 0 0 1 1, 0 0 1 1 is nothing but M3 plus, and 0 0 1 is nothing but first value, that is M1 plus, and 0 triple 1, 0 triple 1 is nothing but 7, that is M7 plus 0 1 0 1, that is M5 plus all ones, that is nothing but M15 plus 1101, that is nothing but M13. So now overall the function becomes f of a, b, c, d is equals to, now we'll use this symbol of SOP, that means summation symbol we have to write it. So the summation symbol we have to use like this, or otherwise summation of small m, that is nothing but min terms symbol. Okay, now write it as it is. So write in the serial formation, that is nothing but 1. After 1 we'll have the 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 and 15. This is the output of the, this is the final result for this Boolean function. Okay, so this is the procedure for the sum of min term. So like this way we have to solve the product of max terms. Okay, so that is a b function, that is nothing but f of x, y, z is equals to xy plus z and xz plus y. Okay, so here also first check it. So this is related to the actually which function, product of max term, right? Product of max term. So first check it, is it the function, is it in SOP or POS? So this is nothing but product of sum, right? So directly we can say that here this function is related to the POS. POS is applicable for product of max terms, right? So now we'll see that in product of max term how to simplify the Boolean function. Okay, so now we'll follow the some rules here also in the same way. Sum of min terms. The first rule is nothing but it is applicable for SOP now. So here the first rule is it is applicable for the POS function. So this is already POS function. Okay, so it is applicable for first POS function, and the second thing is nothing but each term must and should contain all variables. This is the second rule. Each term contain all variables. Must contains all variables. That is the second rule. And coming to the what is the third rule means here. Here in a sum of min terms, what is the third rule? A plus a, if any term is missing, if any variable is missing, will multiply it with this formula, right? That means if any variable is missing, that variable is having the function is ANDed function. So this is multiplied with that term. Okay, so here we'll use the OR function, that is nothing but if any variable is missing. Okay, so if any term is missing means in that we are using the OR function, that is x into x complement. So this function we can call it as the ANDed function. ANDed function this is. Okay, so and this function we can call it as the ODD function. Okay, so if any term is missing, by using this formula we can simplify that. Okay, so now simplify this b function, f of function of x, y, z is equals to xy plus z and xz plus y. Okay, So here in this product of max term, and one more rule is there in that, that is nothing but before going to solve this expression in product of max term, first it will be applicable for the one rule, that is nothing but distributive rule. We'll have this rule, we'll have this law in Boolean algebra, that is nothing but distributive law. So what is the distributive law? Is nothing but x plus yz is equals to x plus y into x plus z. Okay, so by using this distributive law in product of max term, that is must and should. Okay na. So first, before going to simplify this product of max term, whatever the Boolean expression we are having, first this expression is simplified in this distributive law. Okay, by using distributive law we can simplify this expression. After that, if any term, whatever we are getting the final expression after simplifying this, okay, after using this expression, after using this law, we'll simplify this expression. So finally we'll get one expression, right? That expression is check it into POS. After that, by using these rules are applicable for that function. Okay na. So first this is the expression, right? So what is the first step? Means it is applicable for the distributive law. Okay now, first of all we need to applicable for distributive law. So that is nothing but function of x y z is equals to, so here check it, what is the rule? X plus y into z. That means any product term will have, that is simplified into, that means that product term will be divided into the two terms. Okay na. So single product term will be divided into the two terms like this. So here also we'll have this is the one product term, and here also one product term will have. So in between these two one product term, I will be divided into two terms. Okay na. The first term will be divided into two parts. So how it means? Here just check it, x plus y into x plus z. So x plus y into x plus z. Like this we can divide it. Okay, this is a must and should rule ma. It is applicable for product of max term. If any expression you are having in any expression if you are having in product of max term, okay na, so that expression first we need to solve, we need to simplify that expression first, applicable for distributive law. Okay na. If you want to simplify that any expression in product of max term, first you have to check it, the distributive law is applicable or not. You have to check it first. Okay na. So here it is applicable. Why? Because means this is one product term and we'll have the one more r term. So I can divide this into two parts. So I can divide it into like this, x in x plus z into, I can write here into, so into y plus z. Like this. In the second term is also write it like this. So x plus y into z plus y. So it is applicable, right? So now simplify this part. So f of x y z is equals to x plus z y plus z. So all the terms will be in multiplication, right? So I can write it like this, x plus y into, so this is, I can write it as y plus z. So f of x y z is equals to, so x plus z, is it repeated? So not repeated, you can take it as single term. So here check it, y plus z, and here also will have the y plus z, both will be same na. So a into a is nothing but we'll write it as single a, right? So that's why I can take it here, y plus z into x plus y. So the final expression becomes like this after simplifying the distributive law. Okay, so now this is in POS form or not. Now we'll check it. Okay, so finally we'll get the product of max term equation. That means POS equation we are getting here. Now this equation is applicable to these rules or not. Now check it. Okay, the first rule is whether it is POS or not, check it. So already it is POS, right? So that is clear. And what is the second thing? Each term must contains all variables. So check it here, any variable is missing in that. That means each term must and should contain all the variables or not. First check it. So here x plus z, y is missing, and here y plus z, x is missing, and x plus y, z is missing, right? So that means we have to simplify this by using this rule, x into x complement. If any variable is missing, we have to apply this rule. Okay na? So first, before going to see f of x y z is equals to, so which variable is missing, that will be applicable for that function. So here x plus y is missing na, so I will take with OR function. If any variable is missing, we'll use this function. So y into y complement plus z into, here x is missing na, so x into x complement plus y plus z into x plus, here y plus z is missing, so z into z complement. So now simplify this part. So x, y, z. Okay. So here, so again we'll have the distributive rule. So that means any product term will have, that will be divided into the two parts, right? So here also just check it, this is the product term and this is the odd term. So that's why I can divide it into two parts here. X plus y plus z. Okay. So the next term, here y complement is also there na. So x, in between these two will have the product. Okay. So first one is x plus y plus z, that is the first term, and again y complement is also there. In between these two, y into y complement will have the product. That's why I can use here dot. So x plus y complement plus z. And the next one, this is the first term. And coming to the second term, so here also we'll have the product term na. So first I can divide it into the x plus y plus z, and again one more term is there in that, x complement plus y plus z. Okay. So into, here x plus y plus z, and here also two product terms will have one product term. So x plus y plus z complement, this is. Okay. So now simplify this part. F of x, y, z is equals to, so if any term is missing, just replace that. Okay. So first write all the terms as usual. So x plus y plus z, x plus y complement plus z, next x plus y plus z, next x complement plus y plus z, next x plus y plus z, x plus y plus z complement. Okay. So here check it, where any variable is repeated, so x plus, that means any term is repeated, x plus y plus z and x plus y plus z, x plus y plus z. So it is repeated in 3 times. A into a, that is nothing but we'll take it as a, right? So f of x, y, z is equals to, I can take it as this one. So these are 3 times repeated, that is in the form of product notation. So I can consider as a here. So this will be considered as a into a is nothing but we'll consider as a. Okay. So x plus y plus z into, so this is not repeated, so directly you can take it, whatever the remaining variables, remaining terms will have, you can write it as it is. Okay. So the last term is x plus y plus z complement. So now f of x, y, z is equals to, here the final expression becomes like this, right? So here what is the next step after simplifying the Boolean expression? What is the next step? We need to decoding the values into binary numbers, right? So here also I can decoding the binary numbers. Okay. So how many variables we are having? 3 variables. That means we need to take it as 3 variable, that means 8 possible combinations we are getting in binary. Right. So here write it. So before going to decoding the values, what we have to do? So here this is related to the POS expression, right? So in POS expression, we can consider as 0 as normal and 1 as complement. Exactly opposite to the SOP, right? Here like this. Here in SOP 0 as complement and 1 as normal. But here POS 0 as normal, 1 as complement. That is a different thing here. So now decoding the values here. 0 as normal. That means normal variables we have to consider as zeros. 0, 0, 0. And here 0 complement should be 1. 0, 1, 0. And 1, 0, 0. And here 0, 0, 1. Okay. Now write the 8 possible of, that means 3 variable in combinations in decimal. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. For 1, 0, 0, 1. 2, 0, 1, 0. For 3, 0, 1, 1. For 4, 1, 0, 0. For 5, 1, 0, 1. For 6, 1, 1, 0. For 7, 1 1 1. So based on this we have to write it for max term equation. Okay, so the first equation is triple zero. Triple zero is nothing but that is 0, right? So but product of max term, what is the symbol we are having? How to designate this product of max term? Which symbol? That is capital M. So M naught, and in between each term will have the product, but here in between each term will have the sum. Okay, so just remember this thing, 0 1 0, that is nothing but M2 into next 1 0 0, that is 4, that means into M4, and next 0 0 1, okay, that is nothing but first one, M1. Okay, triple zero is nothing but M0. This is represented by capital M and this is represented by small m. Okay, so M naught, 0 1 0 is nothing but M2, and 1 0 0 is nothing but M4, and M0 0 1 is nothing but that is M1. So now f of x, y, z. So now representing the symbol of product of max term, that is represented by pi, or otherwise you can represent it as capital M also, no problem. In between these two, which one you have to express any one in the two terms. Okay, now so that may be pi or that may be capital M. Here also you can represent SOP equation in the form of summation symbol or small m, no problem. Okay, so here 0 2, that means 1 here having 0 1 2 4. So this is the final result for this function f of xyz function, and this is the final result for this f of abc. That means sum of min term procedure is this one, and sum of product of max term procedure is this one. Okay, so both they will be same, but in that we'll use the rule is a plus a complement, and if any term is missing we'll follow the rule is a plus a complement. If any variable is missing here, you will follow the rule as x into x complement, that means a into a complement. Okay, and before going to simplify these rules, first you have to check it distributive law is applicable or not. First we have to follow the distributive law here. Okay, distributive law from the first step. Okay, so first you have to should apply the distributive law, after that simplifying the function, so then you can go for the procedure of product of max term. Okay, so this is a complete explanation about Boolean algebra of these two functions, that means sum of min term and product of max term.